Hi, my name is Tony Manganello, and when it comes to speaking, it doesn't matter how good your presentation is, doesn't matter what type of engine you have once you're on stage. Getting on stage is the most important thing. And so I had gone through several workshops, spent money to register for these workshops, and they were really interesting. But no one answered the question of how do I get my message to the people who are actually going to be in a position to book me for a gig, any kind of gig, whether it be an association, a conference, uh, podcast, whatever. And that's when I came across SpeakerHUB. And when I went through the week with Ron, my mind was blown on a daily basis because it was as if they thought about everything. I mean, it was like they read my mind about the questions I would have about how do I get in front of people? How do you communicate with these folks? What to do? Well, SpeakerHUB does all of that and more because as I went through the week with Ron, I was finding out some of the things that I didn't know that I should know and just totally blown away. It's Monday, September 8th. I met with Ron last week on Monday, September 1st. We went through the week and I've got 60, 70 communications out to people who are communicating with me and booking that the system just it's point and click to get in front of these people. And I've already got a couple open communications with people to get on their stages and their podcasts. And nothing's been booked yet, but it's only been since last Wednesday that I started reaching out using the tool. So if you're looking for a tool that will get you in front of the people who are in a position to actually put you on their stage, SpeakerHUB is the one and only tool I'd recommend. It's awesome.
Nothing happens until a story is told. You're starting SpeakerHUB and giving the opportunity for ordinary people to create a movement that will empower them to do extraordinary things with their knowledge, with their wisdom, with their experiences, and their hunger to want to leave the world in better shape than how they found it. The generational thinking. There's two things that I think is very important in life and how I live. And I want you to write this down. Live your life the way you want to leave your life. When I started, no one would have given me a chance of ever doing what I've done.
If you're using a system like SpeakerHUB, it can help guide you to where you should start looking so that you're not looking at everything, but you're really being targeted and focused so your time is spent wisely.
I have 20 podcasts I'm doing. I'm getting ready to leave in a few minutes to go to one. I have since I started, and I started appearing on podcasts in December. So this is from December to now.
This has been a wonderful experience, and I never had the type of results in the consulting business that I've had with SpeakerHUB. I haven't been on that long, maybe a month. And so far, I booked in 2 podcasts and have another one coming up.
So I've booked from SpeakerHUB. I have 2 podcasts. One is coming up on Friday. One's coming up on Tuesday. I've created my speaker QR codes for those. And then I have a pre-podcast call on, I think, the 28th for a 3rd podcast.
What is so exciting about SpeakerHUB is that it helps people get the experience that they need to get past the Hollywood conundrum. And this is what I think I've always been so excited to help people through. The problem is you can't get the gig if you don't have the experience, but you can't get the experience if you don't have the gig. And so for those speakers who are passionate, who have stories to show, who want to make a difference and impact, if they can't get those gigs to get the credibility to get the next gigs, it doesn't work. And SpeakerHUB is a spot where you can find that. It's a spot where you can showcase without investing too much money into building a brand as you are developing it.
My message to her was, if you really believe that, start sending the pitches. And in her first 30 days, she sent 2,000 pitches, right? And I think she did almost 30 podcasts in the first month. And then those podcasts turned into speaking gigs.
My background it's similar to all of you. We've done things which we thought that's the end and that's what we should do for the rest of our life. But when the enlightenment come and I start asking my questions, say, okay, I'm an engineer. I established a good career. My LinkedIn looked perfect. Is that it? Is that all what I need to do? No. We all have so much to offer. We all have other things to leave an impact and make a change in this world. Well, he told me to start pitching, but I started pitching like there is no tomorrow. I don't know. Over 2,000. I don't know how many pitch I did. And not just I got a podcast and the speaking gig. It's not that. I step out of the IQ mentality that I have for 35 years, and I met it with the emotional intelligence. Ron helped me to bring that core genius for myself back by start speaking and communicating with others. So I really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Had my podcast on Friday. with Dr. Katrina Barros. It was amazing. Great. It was rescheduled from the Friday before. That was amazing. So I have one booked on Monday for what I'm excited about. It's a company right here in Toronto. And I'm working with 5 others.
I got a package that I had to submit a pitch on what my presentation will be to be a speaker and all of that. So there's definitely some responses. And yesterday I was, since I'm in entertainment, I was looking at some media outlets and things to pitch. So, I mean, I sent a few, some responses came already. Like,
I know that SpeakerHUB is in the right hands. You're going to do great things. And you always know you can count on me as a resource. Anything that can do to help SpeakerHUB, I'll be the go-to resource for professional speakers, even those aspiring to be speakers on whatever level.
These daily calls make all the difference. Being on here with other experts and professionals and having your entire team on, for me, is really where the gold is, because a lot of us are consultants and we're working independently, and it's a lonely world. And so to have this community is amazing. And I just want to thank you for that, Ron, and for everybody that's on.
The other thing that I did was I wrote an email that basically said to those same people, this is what I'm doing. If you are someone who might need a speaker, or if you are someone who might know someone who's a speaker, I would love to just have a few minutes with you, blah, 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 blah. So when I ran out of my list, Ron, that's where the problem came in. So then I had to call Queen to try to get association lists and books, and it became crazy, which is why I love SpeakerHUB so much, because it has streamlined and reduced all of the rigmarole and hours and hours and hours of slave labor, like me slaving, I call it slave labor, but slave labor, me slaving over trying to, the systems don't make it easy to reach out to the people. So it was like crazy. And I can't tell you how much money I've invested in conference lists and never even got a chance to pitch, because the process of getting to the pitching part was just so difficult. And so when I talk about, my year of speaking a lot, I'm so excited because SpeakerHUB is one of my main strategies.
Ron, I know you have an amazing platform. You're doing amazing things. I'm like, wow, this is making it easier for speakers that use things that would take them months and months and a lot of time and work. You've been able to build a platform that is, using AI and things like that can be done with a click of a button. So use the platforms, the technology, and the systems that are available to us today. And I tell you what, you're going to be one of the next best speakers.
Yesterday, I had a greet and meet with a podcast host, and I don't know if you all have to do like 15 minutes. They want to make sure to see you and to check, and it came to be like almost an interview of a half an hour of not recorded, just because we just got started to talk. And so she's like, yes, I want you to be a guest in my podcast. And so we're going to work on that. So that came out of SpeakerHUB, which was lovely.
Have 2 podcasts that I'm supposed to record this week, and reached out, just had some dialogue with some others, email responses.
First of all, I want to thank you guys for working so hard to help us book speaking engagements and podcasts. I tested the system, and I'm here to say that it's working. It's working. It's giving results.
Ron got that on lock. I don't know anybody else who's providing what he's providing at the level that he provides it. There's nobody else that's doing it.